Hey guys, welcome to another video. Grab your bell bottoms and hop into your DeLorean, phone booth, TARDIS, or time travel device of your choosing, because we're going back to the 70s. Stay tuned, because That's right, I am Dave Shaves, and today we are hopping our time travel devices and we are going back to the 70s. And we are taking a look at the Gillette Hot Shave System. Manufactured in the late 70s, it comes with a hot shave device system thing that you plug into the wall. It also comes with a can of old shave cream, and it comes with a Trac 2 razor. We did date the Trac 2 razor. This particular one does have a date code on it, and it was manufactured in 73. So we know this came out sometime after 73, and judging by the box and from what I found online, it looks like it was the mid to late 70s. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on here today. So, first things first, I did open it up this morning, take a look at everything that was in there, but I did repack it so we can go ahead and take a look together. But it does come with a Gillette Hot Shave System directions packet. Not super exciting, just some little pictures about what's on the actual system itself. There's a lot of glare. And then you got some step-by-step directions. It's not difficult. So and it's really neat actually. It's got, and you can tell it's the 70s because there's a little illustration here of it plugged in. And just take a look at that outlet. Take a look at the picture of that outlet. Yeah, that's how old this thing is. All right. So we got that. It also came with a warranty registration card. And it came with an envelope. This is just awesome. I mean, this is just fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at every product that's in here. So, first things first, grab out the can of shave foam that came with it, Gillette Foamy Lemon Lime. Originally, it was apparently 10 cents off. And it looks like it was already tested because the little foamy thing was taken off so it could be inserted, because that's all you need is just this part here inserted into the actual device, and show you that here in a minute. And it is full. You can shake it up. It says to shake it up. There it goes. Oh, that's shaken up nicely. You can actually feel it solidifying when you shake it. So that's kind of interesting. It also came with, as I mentioned, a Gillette Trac 2 razor. And I thought maybe it was just a Trac 2 disposable, but it's not. It's actually a reusable Trac 2 cartridge razor, with a cartridge right there on it, and the razor itself, and the cartridge does come off, so when this cartridge is done, I can buy more. And this is a heavy duty razor. It's metal and plastic, and it feels nice and heavy. I've never tried the Trac 2. People have been telling me forever that I need to try the Trac 2, especially after I tried the Sensor XL. So I am super excited. You have no idea how excited I am to try this. The razor itself. I mean, to say nothing of everything else. I'm excited to try everything, but especially this razor right here. So, and I did date it. There is a date code on both the cartridge and the actual handle itself. The handle was manufactured in 73. Looks like the cartridge was originally manufactured in 72. So that's kind of cool. And it is unused. It's an unused cartridge from the 70s and an unused handle. So we're gonna see how this works. And then the piece of resistance, the actual device itself, the Gillette Hot Shave System. And what's cool is the cord actually does get stored inside the bottom there, so this bottom pops off. And how 70s is this color, by the way? Look at the beige and brown in this color. This is the most ridiculously 70s thing I've ever seen in my life. And it actually still has an old ass twist tie on it. Look at that plug. And you simply undo the twist tie. Let's see how long this cord is. That is a decent length cord. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. So that's great. That is fantastic. All right, so let's see. Supposedly this thing works. So let's plug it in and find out. Let's go ahead and first, before we plug it in, let's go ahead and stick see if we can get the can installed in there. It's tricky getting this thing in there, but it should just eventually pop right in there. Got it. Got it. All right, and supposedly, whether it's plugged in or not, or turned on or not, it should dispense some foam. And it does. So we know that it works. Foam works. Oh, and it still has a scent to it. It's very lemon limey. So we know that it actually does work. So now let's see if the actual power works. All right. Let's go ahead and there's a little notch. Little notch for the back for the cord. It just sits right here on the counter. And there's an on-off button, which we're going to try here in a second. And you're supposed to, when you turn it on, there's going to be a green, supposedly there's going to be a green light right there that turns on to let you know that it's heating up. And then when it's ready, this red light here is going to turn on. So we're really going to see how this works. So let's go ahead and just plug it in. Straighten up my counter a little bit of things that don't need to be out right now. All right. Okay, so we got it plugged in. Let's go ahead and click it to on, and there's the green light. So we're just going to let this heat up until the red light is on and ready. And we'll give it a try. But so far, it looks like it's working. The shave cream popped right in there. It does dispense the shave cream, even if it's not heated, which it says it's supposed to. You plug it in, and the green light saying that it's heating up does turn on. So there you have it. And then a red light's going to come on when it's ready, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know how long it's supposed to take, but we will see. If it gets too long, I can always cut it. But we'll see. We'll see. But I am very excited about all this. I think it's going to be a neat thing to try. When you take a look at the box here, I mean, how 70s is this guy on the box right here? Look at this guy. How 70s is this? This is the most fantastic 1970s thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I love it. I love every second of it. And what's cool is this thing actually has an original price still on it, $21.99 from a pay and save. That's when this thing was originally bought from, again, I'm guessing the 70s. So that is that. Ooh, we are already ready. The light is not really red as much as it is orange, but you can see that the heat light turned off and the ready light did turn on. So that's fantastic. Let's go ahead and splash some hot water on my face. And we'll give that a go. I'm excited. Hope you guys are excited as well. Have you guys ever heard of this before? I hadn't. I mean, I've heard of stuff like it, but I didn't know that it was released that long ago. So if you heard of this exact one before, let me know. Let me know if this product here, this exact product is something you've used. Want to use, don't want to use. Let me know. Let me know what you think. And let me know your opinions of, have you used the old Gillette shave cream? Shave foam, what do we think of that? And of course, what do you think of the Trac 2? And any bets or guesses on how easy it's going to take care of my stubble here, because I do have a lot of growth. It's been a while since I've shaved. So let's find out, shall we? All right, so let's see how hot this is, or warm. So we should be able to just... Ooh, that is nice and warm. That is warm. And the warm actually brings out the scent, but it is warm. I mean, it is doing exactly what it says it's supposed to do. It's heating up the shave foam, and it works exactly well. Exactly as advertised, I should say. Exactly well, I don't know. But it works exactly as advertised. I don't know what aftershave I'm going to use. We're going to figure that out together later. But so far, and I did not need this much. Again, it's every time I use foam. I say it every time, but it's true. I never know how much to use, and I always use too damn much. Always. Always. And I guess, I mean, as we've determined, you can use a brush with it, but the guy in the picture on the box isn't using a brush, so I'm not going to use a brush. I will say that the lather isn't quite holding up as well as like newer foams, which is probably the age of the foam more than anything. But I mean, it's working well enough. So we'll see. It's not bad. You really do have to work it in a little bit. It is nice and warm. I will say it doesn't stay warm like you would expect, but I mean, honestly, you really can't expect it to stay warm because it's coming out of there warm and then you rub it on your face and everything. It's going to cool down pretty quickly, but it is nice. Let it warm up a little bit more and see how it works. But I mean, honestly, it's doing exactly what as advertised. And okay, so the Trac 2, amazing. I mean, just look at how well the Trac 2 is cutting through all this growth. They do not make cartridges like they used to. This is a fact. Like a Mach 3 would be pulling and tugging, as would probably a Pro Glide and any of the Schick cartridge razors that are out there. They would all, anything today, would be pulling and tugging and giving you just an uncomfortable shave. This Trac 2 is not. For those that don't know, the Trac 2 is the first cartridge razor. Gillette manufactured the first cartridge razor, and this is it, the Trac 2. So I have my hands on an original cartridge razor that was never used. You do need to rinse it a lot. And you do have to go over the same spots a couple times. But I will tell you, it doesn't clog as easy, and it does rinse easier than a modern cartridge as well. As far as the shave cream goes, it's actually doing quite well. And it actually is still relatively warm. So I'm actually pretty impressed overall so far of everything that I'm using. Everything is working great. I mean, like I said, because the growth was so long and because this is a cartridge, you do kind of have to go over the same spots a few times. But it's not irritating. It's not pulling. It's not tugging. It's just there's no real room for the hair to go anywhere. So you have to rinse it a lot and you have to go over the same areas. But other than that, I am impressed. All right, so that's the first pass, and the Trac 2 did great. And this, I have to say, this shave foam, I am not a fan of canned shave foams. We know this. We've talked about this before. This is not a shock to you. What may be a shock to you is the fact that this can here of the Foamy Lemon Lime is working surprisingly well. The heat actually does add a little something too, I gotta say. Okay, that's weird. I got a little bit in my mouth and it tastes like lemon lime too, which is even weirder. All right, let's see how this goes after sitting on ready for a bit. Ooh, that's borderline hot at this point. I like that. This works really, really well. Let it sit longer. Like the first time you use it, it's not going to be quite as warm because I think it just, the longer it sits on there, the warmer it just sort of gets, and it holds a nice temperature inside there. So, and it really does work well, and the heat does add something. It adds a comfort level, and I don't know, I mean, I haven't used it with, I haven't used this shave cream without the heat, but I almost feel like the heat is adding a slickness as well. So, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to do a test without that, without it heated, just using the dispenser itself. But it's actually not a bad shave cream. And I could see where a brush could be helpful to apply this. I really wanted to get a feel for it. And I didn't prepare a brush, so I'm just using my hands. But it did work. It does exactly what it's supposed to. And this Trac 2, it is fucking crushing it. It is crushing it. All right, so now that we've gotten this working out, we know that this is working pretty well. Let's move on to a little bit of other conversation here. As you can tell, I'm a big nerd. If t-shirts didn't give it away, I'm sure the intro to this video did a bit. Just for funsies, do you have a favorite time travel device in sci-fi, fantasy, etc.? What is your favorite time travel device? When you hopped in the device of your choosing at the beginning of this video when we went back to the 70s, what did you choose? I had a hard time choosing between the three that I listed, which is why I listed all three. The DeLorean from Back to the Future, one of my favorite movies of all time. The phone booth from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Or a TARDIS from Doctor Who. Those are my favorites. What about you? You got a favorite? Am I just complete nerd? Did I lose you all? Was that joke just lost on you? Did you not have fun with it? Did you decide to stop watching? If you decided to stop watching, I'm assuming you're probably not even watching this. But, no, I kid. But no, I mean, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. I am a big nerd. Sci-fi, fantasy, love it all. Not so, I mean, fantasy really depends. Like, and I might get shot or stoned for this if I do have a lot of fantasy nerds out there that watch this, but I don't like, I'm not a fan of Lord of the Rings. I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones. And I realize that that's like sacrilege, but it's true. Sci-fi, though, you'll be hard-pressed to find a sci-fi franchise I don't like. Star Trek is my absolute favorite. Okay. What about you? You guys got a favorite sci-fi franchise? All right, so there we go. That's pass 2. We're going to go in for pass 3. And finish this up. And again, it's working great. I mean, it really is. Everything about this works fantastic. This razor is surprisingly well. I don't think it's working quite as well as a double edge. I'm not even sure it's working quite as well as my Sensor XL. But it's close. It's definitely close. But it's definitely, for what it is, it's not bad. And you have to give it props. And as far as this shave cream, again, it really does, like, the lather's not the best. But it's actually not bad either. But the slickness is amazing. For a canned shave cream, the slickness really is, I mean, it's just, I'm going to have to try this, A, without the heat, and B, with a double-edged razor, because I really got to see, but it's, the cream actually is impressive. Everything that I'm using today is doing better than I would honestly expect. No cuts, no nicks, no weepers, no irritation of any type. And it's giving me a smooth shave. It is giving me a smooth shave. I'm impressed. I am impressed. Yeah. But again, let me know, comments below, what you think of each of these products if you tried them, and what you think of what your favorite sci-fi / fantasy franchises are. Let me know. Let me know. Let me get to know you a little better. Let me get to know you a little better. I'm so glad I bought this. I was debating whether or not to grab it. I really was, and I couldn't not. It called my name, and now that I know that it comes with a reusable Trac too, I'm even more impressed. So this is everything that I would hope, and now I can't wait to try the Atra. Gillette knew what they were doing. I don't know why they had to, when they started going into all the different multi-blades, 5, 6, 7 blades, the 12 braid razors. I mean, obviously that's a joke, but I don't get it. I just don't. You stick with what you know, and what you know you do well. Excuse me. Again, sorry. No one is more surprised than I am that I found cartridge razors that I actually like. However, what is not surprising is the fact that they are old-fashioned ones, like ones from the 70s, 80s, 90s. Nothing made recently holds a feather. I can tell you that right off the bat. I'm going to try them in videos, but I guarantee that. And I know I say that every time I do a cartridge razor shave, but it's true. It is true. Nothing today holds a feather, holds a candle, whatever, feather, candle, whatever. You know what I'm saying. All right. So before this winds on too longer, let's go ahead and just finish up with this. So to switch it off, you just switch it right off and it just turns off. You can unplug it from there. I'm gonna let it cool down a bit, and then I'm gonna take it all apart. And I have a little washcloth here. I'm just gonna wipe it down. I'm gonna take it all apart and probably put it back in its box because it doesn't need to be out all the time. What's nice about this is I feel like it's a lot easier for me to clean up than when I use bowl and brush and everything else. Don't get me wrong. You know how much I love using my bowl, brush, double edge, etc. But sometimes a nice cleanup is preferred, and this is just such easy cleanup. So, and it rinsed nicely, like the hair's already out of there. It's wonderful. So that is the Gillette Trac 2. Gillette Lemon Lime Foamy Shave Cream, and the Gillette Hot Shave System. Pick it up at a store near you. All right. Now let's go ahead and just finish up with some aftershave. I'm not really sure what scent complements lemon lime, so we're just gonna go ahead and just grab something here. I don't really have anything lemon limey. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and splash on some. I'm gonna do, we're gonna do some Brut. Just gonna do some Brut aftershave. Since we went old-timey into the 70s, they had this back then, so we're gonna go Brut, because my guess is that's what this guy in that picture probably used. Nice Brut aftershave. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. If you're watching this video and you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, you like all my videos, hit that like button, give me a comment below. Ring that bell icon for notifications. If you feel so inclined, hit me up on social media. That's Instagram and Twitter at TheDaveShaves. Hit me up on Facebook at facebook.com/TheDaveShaves. And if you feel so inclined, give me some love on Patreon. That's patreon.com/ you guessed it, TheDaveShaves. And hit me up on the web at TheDaveShaves.com. That said, of course, as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and keep shaving. I'll see you on the next video.